You know the saying where everyone says, if you only had one day left to live, what would you do? I always found that absurd, weird, kind of silly, kind of stupid. I always like to tell myself, if you had 10 years, because if you had one day, let's be honest, what are you going to do, right? It's too soon to do anything. Like you just gone the next day, you know? Excuse me. So I always tell myself, if you had 10 years, if you had 10 years left to live, what would you do? And this question always boggles my mind and leaves me with a lot of regret. Like, what would I do? What would I do? Would I go to the moon? Would I become an actor? Like, what would you realistically do? I told myself realistically, not like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, realistically, I told myself, realistically, man, if the doctor told me, hey, you got cancer, you got 10 years to live, I mean, at that point, I say, fuck it, I ain't working. Fuck this shit, You know, maybe going to a warm country. Man, a lot of us, bro, are so brainwashed in this capitalism that we feel like if we're not doing productive things in a day, making money, then our life means nothing. You would be surprised. I would go to another country that's warm, nice beach, and just chill, man. Fucking just make some skateboards or fucking, cut the carrots or whatever, man. Work the farm, toil the soil, whatever, man. And have a good fucking time, man. So it begs the question, why don't you do it right now? See, it's easier to I forgot the quote, man. I forgot the quote. Yeah, and I remember it's easier to brainwash someone and make them a slave than to convince them they've been brainwashed and in slavery. That's what it is right here. I can tell like I'm enslaved. I can tell. I'm not at the point ready to leave, but I'm feeling it. I'm itching it, especially in Canada. It's like -20, -15. Man, I'm ready. Like, I'm like getting to that point where like I'm getting fed up. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go, man. Cause this ain't life. This ain't life. This is where the polar bears live. This ain't life. Especially if you hate the snow and hate the cold. For those that love it, that's a different story. You know? I'm gonna be walking every day to the park. I want to see the kids, everyone playing basketball, people riding their bikes. I want to see humanity, man. I want to see life. This is not life. But that's what I end up doing, going to a warm place, a river, beaches, horses, horseback riding, whatever. What else is there? When you look at this life, man, it's like mostly fantasy. Fantasy happening, fantasy running and happening in your head. You know? Think about it. We read these mangas and watch these animes, these TV shows, Flash, Batman, Superman, and we fantasize a lot of stuff. Even all this pornography, you put one girl, one hot chick, another one, this, that, boom, boom. And it's like, yo, what are we really doing here? It's not real. This is artificial. This is not real. A lot of us live in our own minds up here, our own imaginary world. It's not real. Like for example, all of us think we're the main character, but then we're like NPCs out here. How does that work? How does that even work? Right? Slavery, brainwashed. But yeah, man, like if I only had 10 years, like that's what I'd be doing. Warm country. Like I'm being realistic. Warm country, beach, man, swimming, horseback riding, just chilling, man. Oh, but that sounds boring. It is. It is. This life is boring. Most of this life, man, is just waiting around to die. When you realistically think about it, most of this life is just waiting around to die. When you realistically think about it, There's nothing else here. There's nothing else here. What else is here? What else is here? When you get past, man, I'm gonna tell you some realistic. When you get past 40, at that point you already did everything, you know? The experience of like losing your virginity, talking to the girl, having sex with the girl, drinking for the first time, smoking for the first time, going to a hotel with your friend the first time. The first time feels amazing. The first two, three times. After that, after that, man, it's over. You know, you can talk to a lot of people that hit 40, 50. They're like, yeah, my knees hurt. I'm getting this kind of issue. I can't eat this. So it's pretty much over, you know? A lot of this life is just waiting to die. You know, life is short, but it's also long too. The reason we say it's short is because we live it too late. We're always living this life way too late, man. Way too late. You know, like I'm turning 27. I was like, man, gosh, I haven't been to one country except in the United States. I haven't been traveling. Maybe I do it later, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I die by a car accident tomorrow. Maybe not. You see how that works? This life, man. This life is it really eats at you, man. It really eats you. You just gotta do it, man. You gotta make your choices and not look back. You just gotta do it, man. You know, if I had 10 years left to live, man, I'm live it up. That's for sure. But guess what? I still live it up now too. You know, not on that scale, but I'm not there yet. You know, ready to leave, ready to do this. I'm almost. I'm getting there, man. And I hope I get there by 30. You know, I hope so. You know, but I don't want to keep working the same job, you know, like it's not bad. It's not bad. Pays the bills, but like, are you happy? Or should I say, are you at peace, you know? Are you having a good time? Do you feel relaxed? And that's why I like doing this YouTube stuff too, because it makes me feel relaxed. Because I love talking. I talk a lot. Can go on for hours. But you feel relaxed, man, you know? Fuck. Shit, man. You just feel relaxed with this. But yeah, man, that's where it'd be a warm country, man. Come on, man. Stop playing games. That's where I'd be. The question is where would you be? Where would you be? And I'm not gonna edit this video, you know? Leave it raw. I want you guys to see the stuttering. I want you guys to see everything because that's what it is real. You know, it's a real take. All this YouTube, these YouTubers are editing and trying to make it perfect. Man, fuck all that shit. I want you to see raw, like you're speaking to me right here. You're speaking to me. The stuttering, the mistakes, looking around, everything, man. Me thinking to think, what am I gonna say? Everything, man. You know? But yeah, man. Where would you be in 10 years? That's it for this one, guys.